Striking Serpent's head is defense against a bear hug from the front with your arms free. The name, Striking Serpent's head, refers to the half fist that we will use to strike the opponent in his throat. And if you get a close look there, this is the weapon we'll use, and it does resemble the head of a snake or a serpent. So let's take a look here. He's got the gouges, the forearms. He's got me in the bear hug. Strike, anchor him down, half fist to the throat, claw, grab, boom, elbow. And begin my cover out. I'm going to rear crossover and execute a back kick before fully completing my cover out. So what happened there? Well, originally, when I was taught the technique, the opponent just grabs you. If you're standing there unsuspecting and he has a hold of you. But I think that's kind of silly to assume that he's going to get all the way to this position without you doing anything to react. Rewind. So he could be doing a lot of things. He could be rushing into taking me down to the ground. Maybe he wants to, I'm going to attack you from out here just a little bit. He could be, yeah, it'd be unsuspecting, yeah, you're just here. Maybe he wants to grab and start stepping around and push forward like this, tripping up the feet. Yeah, and both people would sort of smash onto the ground. Wrestlers will do this sort of thing. Or he might be rushing in to get a little lower and hook the legs, and he might actually be trying to stand up and pick the opponent up off the ground and yank the legs out from underneath him, slamming the good guy onto the ground. So it's going to be hard to predict what he's going for. But as the opponent rushes in, what do? I step back with my right, and I just put my hands in his face. Gouge his eyes with my thumbs, smash his nose. You can even put your hands on his shoulders. Just keep him away from you. In this scenario, though, we assume that maybe he gets underneath my hands. And I drop my elbows. Again, pushing against his collarbones with my forearms. Yes, he's got a good hold of my belt. And let's say he manages to get under this. He's really weak. Yeah. And now he starts to get a hold of my body. Bad news, right? He's going to start working me backwards. So my right hand, notice I'm in a neutral bow now, left neutral. My right hand's going to go to his face and try to hold him in place. And my left hand's going to do a looping back knuckle, or an inverted vertical punch, however you want to think of it, to the back of his head. One should be enough, but two or three if you need to. And then I'm going to grab his hair. I'm going to anchor my elbow to his spine as I pull back on his hair, which is really going to settle him down this way, and expose him for a half fist to the throat. From here, my left hand, let go of his hair, into the downward heel palm, boom, to the bridge of the nose, scratching and clawing his face, grabbing his wrist if possible. Now I'm facing the opponent in the left cat stance. I'm going to do a back to front switch, back with my left, forward with my right with an inward elbow. In this case, could be to the face. I got a hold of his wrist, I'm in a right neutral bow. From there, you saw me begin my cover out. And then I retraced my steps with a rear crossover back kick. So, same thing here. He rushes in, try and stop him, He really gets me. Let's stay in this formation, but scoot back a little bit so you can see all the pieces. Good. So here we are. He's got me in the bear hug. Check his face, strike to the back of the head. Notice my thumb is oriented downward, and I'm hitting with two big knuckles. Grab some hair and pull him back. Take this elbow and put it to his spine. Notice how it sits him down. From here, I've got my half fist palm up by my pectoral. I can pivot to a forward bow if necessary, but he's pretty close here. I can just strike into the throat. Maybe palm up, but typically palm down. And just a quick pop is all you'll need to get his attention and make him think about his own breathing. Pretty intuitive technique there. You don't have to use the half fist to the throat. You can make it heel palm to the nose. Just don't let him get a hold of you. This idea in wrestling is called sprawling when you rush in again at me. When you start pulling your butt and your legs away from the opponent, in this case I got both of my legs away from him, it's called sprawling so that he can't get a hold of me. If my lower body gets in here, I'm done for. So sprawl and hit him in the face. Let me do it once facing the camera here. So if you want really clear stances, you could be in a forward bow, a left forward bow with the eye gouges, forward bow with the forearms against his collarbones. He gets in a little tighter, he's actually hugging you. So you're going to go to a neutral bow, and as you strike to the back of the head, grab his hair, anchor, notice my elbow went all the way to my ribs here, that would be really sitting on his back, and then half fist to the throat. when I'm striking, let's imagine this is my 12, and I'm going for that hit to the back of the head. This is the position that my arm is in, striking his neck. Don't hit with a hammer fist this way, and he's going to have so much shoulder and head in the way that trying to hit with a hammer fist this way is going to be too tight. So the best way to get around his head and hit him in the neck will be like that. Grab, anchor, half fist. Okay. So, there you have it for striking Serpent's head.